Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I've just been playing with my Polynesian, blah, 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 I can't think what it's called, Polynesian island, I don't know. I thought it was called Aloha Girl, but it's this one. I've had it quite a while and I haven't played with it, so my first card I did, I thought, oh, I'll do a bit of glycerine and a bit of sponging and then I'll stamp everything and then I'll mask here, there and everywhere and colour it all in. And it was a disaster. Well, I think so. It's a lovely card, it's cute, but she's so yellow. What problem was, I did all the colouring first. Then I'd stamped leaves in the background. Then I stamped all my flowers and masked them off. Then I stamped the girl. Wrong. I was supposed to have, I should have done this way. A lot better. Stamp the girl, mask her off. Then do a bit of colouring. Then peel her back. That way I had a white image to work with. So then I stamped my flowers. So I think this turned out better than this. Very neat. That one looks really jaundiced. I just wanted a splash of colour in the background, so I'm going to show you how I did this one. Please don't do this one unless you want to. But I got a little tub of glycerine here. It's a cake making thing. You use it to soften icing and you can put it in alcohol and all sorts. The uses for that is endless. So just grab a block and just add a couple of drops on your block. That's all you need. You don't need a lot, so just gently add a few drops there. Now I've got one of these blending tools and I just, because I'm going to have a yellow in the back, thank you Mr. Boyce, you're a superstar. Because I'm going to have yellow in the background, it doesn't matter about using a clean one just to put the glycerine on, but what I need to do first is grab my card, my fingers, and I need to stamp my girl and then mask her off first. I could do that with the flowers as well, but I've only got one mask for each flower, so I wasn't going to sit and cut out 6 masks. I'm using this black permanent ink. It seems to last a lot better, and it's okay with the blends as well. So I'm stamping my little girl. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be using that ink again shortly, but now I want to mask her off. But there's little parts of this that need temporary adhesive, just so I know she's going to stay stuck. And I did do it on a post-it note, but you can use temporary adhesive as well. This comes off with your fingers, and then you need to mask her off. As best you can. There we go. And because this now has got glycerine on, it's just going to smoosh that nice. I only want a pale colour around the outside, but look what it does. It helps to blend it beautifully. And I don't even unless I want to redip. I'm using So Saffron. Just squeeze and just pick up the colour from the lid. You don't need much of anything else, and it just helps to smooth your colouring out. You can fetch it as far away to the edges as you want. I did that on the first one, I did it all over, and I thought, whoa, no, that's way too much. So I'm just doing a halo of fine colour just around her, and watch the difference now when I take the mask off. It's so much different. So I just want to get under that masking tape. There we go. what a difference, isn't there? So I'm going to keep that with her. And I can just, now I know my ink is dry, my fingers are stinking though, I'm just going to rub to get that temporary adhesive off. It looks awful, I know, but it does come off. I mean, you can use your glue eraser. Just drag those bits off. I smudged a little bit there, don't worry about that. We'll take the distraction off that. Oh, Mr. Boyce just fetched me a lovely cup of coffee. And it's nice and smooth. And just get rid of the bits. But what a difference it makes. So I've got my little ray of sunshine going all the way around. I'm going to fetch in this gorgeous cluster of flower, and there's my mask. And then I'm just going to add 6 of those around the outside of this charming little girl here, who's aloha-ing along the beach. And I'm going to change the colour of my flowers slightly as well. So I'm going to do like, as if I'm building a wreath. Just going around the outside of her, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and 1 either side. And then we can mash that flower and add another different flower. Just keeping it going round in a circle, or an oval even, until we get to this last one, which is starting to look fabulous. And then what I want to do is pop on the mask. I've got a mask for each flower, but I'm mainly using that one and this beautiful flower here. There's the mask for that if I need to. I need to peel it off though because I can't see through. And then I'm just adding an extra flower in between without touching that other one. Just lift your mask up and just move it around. Because it's photopolymer, you can see right through, so you're not really touching, but you're adding that behind that flower. So just gently add your mask back on and stamp. See, I'm touching, but I'm not going over. I'm going behind though. I'm going to choose different colour hair, different colour bikini, different colour flowers. See how I can just about get that in? That is absolutely fabulous. Here is a smaller one, but what I do there is just pull the flower down a bit, and it's gone behind. And now I've completed that wonderful circle. I keep my masks with the stamp set, but what a difference it makes. Whoops. I'll give them a good clean later. I did have leaves and other things, but I thought with the first one I went way over the top. I added so many extra leaves and so many extra, and it didn't look right. This one looked a lot better. So, and that looks even better than the first one I did. I'm loving this, a lot better. So when we come to colour this gorgeous girl in now, I can work with a blank canvas. I can start building the skin tone up. This is my in the oils part for me, the colouring bit. And I'm just going to darken one side and then lightly come out. So I'm going to go over that side again. I'm adding a little bit extra on the neckline because under the neck she would form a shadow. And you're going to come around this side one more time. So there's light here and shade down that side. And just build your colour up. Like she'll have a dark underbelly. And just keep going over. Mr. Boyce is excited for some reason. He's got a new game, that's what it is. And then just keep building that side. Can you see the shadowing on her face now? It looks so much better, and it will tone down just a little bit. So I'm just going to go over one more time, just to lighten that. Give it a little bit of a shadowy feel. Absolutely beautiful. And if you want, I've been told that the pink of the pale pink gives another tone to the skin, lightening it up and helping to get those darker areas just along there. Beautiful. Oh, I've forgotten her legs, look at that. Poor, she's got a lovely tan, now she's got pale legs. So I'm going to go with the pale pink, and then I'm going to go with the ivory, which is the skin tone. Because she will have darkness here. And just through there, to the back of her heel. Absolutely fabulous. I'm going to, oh, let's see now. It seems a bit dark in here for some reason. Got a bit of a shadow going on. So I'm going to change the colour of my beautiful flowers, and I'm going to have blue ones this time. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just adding the dark just around the ends of the flower tips. And then in the centres. You can feel the glycerine a little bit, but it's not taking anything away from the colours. These ones on the outside where the yellow is could have been masked a bit better, I think. But I'm getting that colour I want, so I'm okay. So I'm just going around the outsides, in the centres, and I find with the precision tip you get a better coverage. Might be a little bit pale. So I'm just putting a line around the outside of the flowers, just to add darkness and shadow, and a little bit of blending. I'm just going to show with the light now, see, look. Just beautiful, absolutely beautiful and tropical, absolutely stunning. I mean, I tell you what I could do even, before we go any further, I can use the dark and get rid of the light, and then use the light Night of Navy to give me a bit more intenseness. There we go, that's better, like that. Just around the outside of the flowers. And in the centre, especially with that yellow going on, that That's a bit better, a bit more tropical looking. And then when we blend, it looks so much better. Don't forget your centres. Beautiful. That's so much better for me. I think Stampin' Up! Do a marvellous job of getting our colours just right. I think the balmy blue goes beautiful with this Night of Navy, the pale one. Look at those flowers now, beautiful. Very tropical. I mean, the only thing I'm not using Stampin' Up! Is the actual stamp set. And I'm just basically drawing around the outside of the flowers. I'm not doing anything unusual. Just giving some colour to the edge of the flower before going around and blending in. Sometimes I use the light first, then the dark, and then other times I use the dark and then the light. I just suppose it depends on what you're doing at the time. But you get more precision with the finer tip. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm just going down there. Anyone can trace around an image. Copy over a line. We've all got the potential to be artists, I say. And if you do something you love, then job's a winner. Going around that leaf, because it will have shadowing as well. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So there's my dark, the light, which is actually going to be the dark compared to this. And then I'm just going to colour them in now. Nothing special, just filling in the white areas. Love this bit, especially when you start to see that flower come together. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look how beautiful and tropical that looks. Oh, I love it. Maybe I should have masked all these flowers off to do the yellow as well, but no, that's not too bad actually. It's way better than the first card I did. So unless you don't mind a yellow girl and yellow flowers, then I suggest you stamp her first, mask her off, then add your little haze of colour. This is coming on lovely. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Love that. Oh, sorry about the shadowing, but I'm going to lift that up now. Look at that. Beautiful. So I'm going to aim for a slightly darker leaf. I'm going to use Old Olive. And again, I'm just going to add the dark first. Just going up the centre of the leaves. Be over before you know it. I mean, if you don't think there's enough leaves, you could mask off there and add a few extras. I have got masks for those too. I think that is just perfect. Absolutely love that. And then just colouring in now. So quick to do. It's the actual stamping and masking that takes the longest. I think the green now is complementing that little bit of yellow that's in the background there. You could do this with any female image. You could use the lady from Beautiful You, and then you could stamp arrangement of flowers around her. Doesn't have to be this set. Just happens I fancy to play with something different for a change. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to give her a yellow grass skirt this time instead of a green. So I'm going to fetch in my dark Daffodil Delight, and I know she's going to have extra shadowing around her waist, down the back of her leg, and then just on this edge and along the bottom. And then we're just filling in the gap in between. I'm not going to worry about the flower on her head yet. I'm going to colour that maybe in a different colour. These nibs don't last 5 minutes, you know. I love my blends, but the brushed bit doesn't last. Stick with your Copic markers if you've got them. Mind you, I love these, I got to admit. So I'm going to complement that flower outside of it. I'm going to use the Highland Heather. And I'm just going around the outside and the centre. And I'm going to fetch in the pale. I wonder what this would look like if I put a splash of purple. Oh yeah, just in the centres. Oh, that's nice. Pull them two colours together. Like a hazy. Apologise about that, my battery just seems to have died a death again. Wasn't paying attention to the battery. I was losing myself in this colouring. So I've pulled in a little bit of that purple just to give it that little darker tone in the centre. I think that is absolutely beautiful. I really love that. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the light Blackberry Bliss for her top. That's a really pretty colour. Oh, I love that. And then I'm going to just add a splash of that colour in her hair as well, and in her flower as well. And now, what can we do for her hair colour? We've got dark hair, black hair, we've got brown hair, yellowy brown. I'm going to stick with the brown, I think. So what I'm going to do, I'm start with the dark. And I'm just going to darken the centre and pull the roots out. And then I'm going to just pull it round a little bit to the arch. I used to sit and watch ladies do the Spectrum Noir pens, and then you're just going to leave the whitest little gap as you come down. Obviously you're going to have dark here, same here, just leave the tiniest little white gap. And come down, using a flicking motion. We know it's going to be darker under here. And under the flower, and then again leave a gap. And then what you can do then, when you come in with your paler colour, you just add in and blend in the two together. But do not go over that white bit there, or that one there. Just come in and blend. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So there she is in full bloom with her beautiful bits in her hair. Not sure what that is. I think it may be a bit of adhesive. I didn't rub it though. But looks fine, looks fine. That is absolutely gorgeous. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab my yellow, and where the white is, where the other mist, I'm just going to follow that round just to pick up any little bits of yellow that have missed with the masking. Just give a little tone to her. Beautiful. Give her an even better glow. Just fabulous. Just sets it off lovely. And now I'm going to fetch in my trimmer, because I'm going to shorten this down and have a border. So I'm going to take that to 5 3/4 and then spin it round to 5 3/8. And I'm going to trim off either side as well. So 3 3/4 and then 3 5/8. And I haven't taken anything off the image, it's just a slither off the white. Fetch my card base in. Just give that a good crease, and then I can layer these two up together, and that is going to go on there, and then we can add our sentiment. Isn't that cool? I love it. Oops. So we will add our picture first. To our black face. Keeping the distance nice all around the outside. Spin it over, I'm just going to give it a rub from the back. Beautiful, and then attach. Again, same little white border all the way around. Perfect. Just get that. Let me just get rid of this glue because it keeps to wanting to do a volcano effect on me. Gosh, I'm getting mucky here. I'm going to spread that all over my card. I'll have to release the tip after. It's getting suction. So there's that beautiful card, and here is my Hello Sunshine. And I've already cut myself a small piece of cardstock. Oh, and I'm not using Memento, I'm using the permanent black. Seems to be just that little shade darker for me, but these are not Stampin' Up stamp sets, so I don't mind if it stains the stamp, because it's oh, beautiful, nice and crisp and clean. Love that. It doesn't stain them that bad at all, actually, look. And then I'm just going to grab some dimensionals. I might just grab a strip of this. Maybe that tad more there, just to get that off the end. Perfect. Loving it. Just peel back the back ends. I did pennant the ends on the others. I'm just wondering if I've got space to do that now. I'd have to take that little bit off there. And I'm just going to knit the ends. Perfect. Yay! And then again, she's going to come right across here. Seem to have a bit of a cut. There we go, that's got it. And then that's just going to go right across there, maybe a bit lower. Make sure it's straight. Seems good to me. And there we have it. So you are best masking your actual image first. This is done on absolutely cheap white card stock. This has been done on Whisper White. Don't know if you can, there's not much of a difference there. And then this is one I just sponged everywhere, then stamped. So it's a bit jaundiced for me. But what not to do, practice run, and maybe what to do. Just change up the colour of her flowers, change up the colour of her hair, even change the colour of her skirt. Beautiful. So there it is, just a little plain masking technique, just to make sure you're getting your cards the right way. And I'm just going to relieve the pressure off this a sec. I've got to remove the... Oh, I can't get it undone. Oh, blimey, that's stiff. And I tell you what, I'll use on a cloth to give me some grip. So if your glue starts doing this, just... You've got to undo to relieve the pressure. What it is, it gets stuck in like a vacuum at some point. Oops. And I'm just clearing away these bits that are on here. It can get dry out, I see, and then cause a vacuum. So, oh, I've got another 2-ounce bottle here, but I don't know whether to pour that in there. Oh, it's not open yet, see. Doesn't look a lot, does it? No, look, my little baby one next to my big one. I don't think you should, I don't know whether you should mix the two together or not. I'm not going to chance it. I can always take the nib off later when it, and then save the top. So when you tighten these back up, leave the pin out. You can check then if it's going to volcano on you again. Don't do it too tight. Just do it so you can get it undone. Seems good now, it's stopped overflowing. So I'm just going to replace my pin. Give that a good clear. My pin is covering lovely, so I know it's perfect. And there we have it. So there we go, Whisper White, cheap cardstock. That was Whisper White, but without the masking of the girl first. Oh, that's way too yellow for me. There you go. I hope you liked it. Anyway, I love my colouring, you know me. So I'd love a thumbs up and a share. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't, or if you've not done that already. And if you want to be notified of future videos, please press the little bell icon. And that way it will send you a notification every time I upload, which tends to be on a daily basis. So I'm going to enjoy my coffee, and I will speak to you all later. Love you all. Bye.